Hey there, Virgo. This is going to be a general read for Virgo for the month of March, from today through the end of March. And this is Tristan with Vision Psychic Hotline. And our readings are going to be probably taking shape here. In other words, trying to figure out exactly what kind of format we want to have, but right now these are just general reads, not specific to anything, just whatever it is I'm picking up on Virgo through now till the end of March. So I'm going to turn down the music a little. Hopefully you can still hear it. It's always nice. So Virgo. So, I want you to just think about what's been going on in your life while I'm shuffling. These readings are kind of a mishmash of all the different pictures that I'm getting while I'm doing the read. When I talk about the different signs that are coming up, I want to just keep your mind open to one thing, and that is that if it's a king or a queen, they can represent either or. Queen has a different quality than the king, energy-wise, and so you have to think about that while I'm showing you cards. So Virgo, what are the messages and energies to Virgo for the month of March 2018? What are the energies and messages for Virgo, March 2018? Okay, Virgo. First card up, King of Cups. So, King of Cups, this is just an energy that basically, for me, this represents the energy that you have when you know that you really truly care about something, you love somebody. This can be meaning that your mind is solid on what it is that you want, what you want to receive, who you want to receive it from. It is possible for this card to represent who it is you're looking at, who it is you have questions about. This can be, the person that is showing you love, king or queen, male or female. The water element is the signs of Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. So, can be one of those. Again, male or female, doesn't matter. But this seems to be the subject for Virgo for the first group here. And again, so this is somebody that you have feelings about or has feelings about you. So let's see what we got. And now we have the card of the Lovers. So this can represent, again, somebody that you have a love relationship with. This can be a romantic relationship, physical relationship, just lovers. But the card of the Lovers, this is also representing that you could have a major choice going on right now regarding the person that you love or that loves you. Lovers does oftentimes represent a major life choice. Whatever it is that this represents, as far as a choice goes, it's going to take you to a new start in life, a new cycle, new beginning, new level. So, pretty good start. Okay, let's see what happens here. What is crossing the card of the Lovers? Card of the Empress. So, we have the card of the Lovers being crossed by the Empress. And so, whatever this decision is, it's going to be very expansive, very fertile. Card of the Empress, this can represent the card of the Mother, the sacred feminine, and healing energies. So, we want to make a decision regarding our mother or your mother. Um, you could be pregnant, could be facing a pregnancy with a lover, you know. That King of Cups might have a pregnancy going on. And so, trying to make a decision. Okay, but overall, really great energy so far. The fertility, the expansiveness of this card is usually a really good time in our lives. March can be a chaotic month, but that does tell me, having the Empress come up for you guys, that it should be a good month regarding relationships, job, any place in life where you're, you know, waiting for some growth, waiting for some expansion. So, into the foundation of your cross. Okay, so you may have been feeling a little bit out in the cold in this situation with this water sign, or with this person that you know, you wish you had love coming from, or that you do have love coming from. So for me, this also represents an energy where, when you're feeling this, a lot of times it's self-inflicted. You don't necessarily have to be going through this. Here's these two people. They're out in the cold outside of a church, and so there's refuge right there. They can walk right in, get warm, and you know, get out of the cold. But they choose to be out in the cold. So perhaps this is a problem with just not communicating, not taking the risk, walking across an uncomfortable situation in order to get to something you want. A lot of people have a hard time expressing themselves. But I look at, you know, these first two cards out, the energy we're dealing with and what's covering you, and I think, you know, this is a really great time for you to be able to make this decision, take some steps forward, and have some positive growth. So, in the foundation, the Five of Pentacles, feeling out in the cold, feeling like you've lost something, feeling like, you know, again, something's missing, but yet this is an invitation to try to find what it is that you're missing. If you want to talk to somebody, reach out. Make it simple. Try to leave the emotional stuff out, but yet, you know, get the part that's really important, which is, I miss you, or I want to talk to you, I care about you, whatever it is, get that out. In the recent past. So this does kind of feel like, for some of you, that, you know, your emotional security that you had in a relationship, in a love relationship, has kind of gone behind you temporarily. It really does kind of go with that Five of Pentacles energy, this being in the past and this being in your foundation. Like your own emotional security has kind of gone into the past over a love relationship, possibly. For one or two, a few of you, there could be a situation where you're pregnant, and the person that you know, is the father or the mother, has temporarily gone out of the picture, and perhaps you're waiting on them to contact you. You know, perhaps a better choice might be to reach out to them. So, get this back. We want to get this back into your life. That emotional security, sense of security of your, you know, personal independence and security. That we've got to get this back. So, into the crowning of your cross is the card of the World. So, card of the World for me. You already have three major arcana out of 6 cards, which for me, these are very transformational energies in our lives. The card of the World, this refers to basically the completion of a cycle, and something coming to, you know, completion, so that a new door opens up and the opportunities, you know, come to you because of the end of this cycle. So whatever this matter is that Virgos might be looking at, I want to say that these major energies that show up on the table, okay, the card of the Lovers, the Empress, and the World, these are all really, really significant energies for, going to the next level in life, going to getting, through the current challenges that you've been, working with for the last 9 years, and taking that wisdom and knowledge that you have and moving on to the next level, so that you no longer have the kinds of challenges you've been dealing with. You step above them. So I do feel like whatever you're dealing with, Virgo, you're coming to the end of the cycle, and you're going to start something new. So now it can be, a restart with somebody that you have recently had go out of your life for whatever reason. It could be a job. Maybe something's been going on with your jobs, Virgo, that your financial security kind of went behind you here in the recent past, and you're like, oh, what am I going to do? But I feel like, again, with the card of the Empress crossing, this is a great time to go take some steps looking for what it is that you want to find. That energy, very fertile. It brings you what you need, but it requires effort. So you got to get out there. Into the near future, Messenger card, Page of Wands. Now, Page of Wands, this can be a child in the life. Like I had said earlier, some of you might be facing pregnancy with somebody who might be out of the picture temporarily. Not for all of you. Some of you, that person is in the picture. King of Cups still in the picture. But Page of Wands, this is usually a messenger card, so I feel like you have information coming from a friend or a family member. This is usually a message of action, meaning just that, okay, this is what I feel about this situation, and this is what we're going to do with it. So this is a card that does represent some forward movement, some reaction to whatever the situation is. So for some of you, that's what that represents. For others of you, I do see, this situation of the mother and the child, and having to make a choice, maybe about the child's father, possible. Okay. But whatever that situation, again, it shows that you're coming full circle with that over this next month, during the month of March. So, into the near future, the Page of Wands. So a message coming in. This is usually positive information. It's not usually negative. So for some of you, it may be negative. But again, with that Empress energy crossing you, even some of the things that sound negative are actually positives, trying to bump you into the right line, the right path, so to speak, to actually get something that's better for you. Oftentimes we hold on to things that are just patterns of the past, and we need to let go of. So, good information coming in. Try to keep an open mind. I'm going to go ahead and clarify a few of the energies here. First one I want to clarify, the card of the Lovers. First card out on the table. This is the energy that's prominent around you, where you're at. It is the current energy between you and the person that you're looking at, that you're wanting information on. Again, the Lovers can represent a time of making a major decision, or it can represent this is your lover. So, covers a few things here. Let's see, card of the Lovers. Crossed by the card of the Chariot. So when I look at this in relation to the card of the Lovers, I feel like this is a time where discipline, definitely being, I want to say, non-judgmental with your partners, with your partner situation, whatever that is, your situation, just trying to kind of get past the blocks that you have emotionally by looking at things practically. And so this is also telling me that this choice that you're making in your situation, you're going to move through the challenge of it, as long as you do remain disciplined. That you wake up each day, you do the things that you're supposed to do, the things that you need to do. What are those things that you're waking up day after day after day after day, doing the same thing over and over again? What about those things? When you make those shifts away from any kind of patterns that you know don't do something positive for your life, you open up the door for better things, better structured things, things that are, a reward for being disciplined. So I want to say just, take good forward steps, doing the things that you know you should do, doing things that lining yourself in a direction where you know that these are good, healthy things for you. If you're looking at relationships where there's just, a challenging partner and they've been like that for a long time, anything like that, time to kind of consider, is this the right thing for me? Is this what's going to be best for my children? Is this what's going to be best for me, my family? So I look at this as being a really positive card to come up in the mix because, again, you've got all these major arcana cards popping up, which tells me this is a really good time for Virgo to make some progress and to kind of get to the next level in life. Virgo energy can be so sweet, so nurturing, so loving, passionate. Um, I know Virgos. I like that. I'm going to say a lot of them. They keep a smile on their face no matter what, and that I really like. Some of the negative traits with Virgo. I just kind of feel like, what, we all have these tendencies to kind of think negative or get into some negative patterns, and we can overcome them. That's why we're here, to overcome our nature. So anyways, I definitely feel like you've got the ability to push through these obstacles that you're facing, Virgo. I'm going to go ahead and clarify the card that comes up into the near future, the Page of Wands. What is the Page of Wands in this spread? What is the Page of Wands in this spread into the near future? Show me what the Page of Wands, what's this message coming in for Virgo? What's this message about coming in for Virgo? There we go. Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups. Now, two ways this can go, really. For me, with all these major arcana in here, this can be representing for some of you that the best thing to do in your situation is to kind of let go. Let go, forget, move on. In the depiction, you see this person, they're walking away from these 8 full cups, and so what you recognize is that, the energy is that something's missing here, and it's kind of depicted here through the space in between the cups. There's something missing, and so I feel like this card is just showing that you're moving on to find that missing cup. I feel like, for Virgo in general, there's a lot of stability in the sign of Virgo, as far as, people that are very independent and strong. They have what they need for themselves. They take care of themselves. And I feel like that feeling is kind of slipped away, and maybe it just got kind of tied to somebody else or something else, and you're needing to kind of break free from that energy. Like I said, I feel this overwhelming need for Virgo to have this back, this independent, secure feeling, emotionally secure feeling, financially secure feeling. So I feel like that's what you're doing. You're making a major decision right now that does affect your emotional or financial or spiritual security even. So good card. Again, for some of you, this is walking away from a relationship from somebody that emotionally, I get for some of you that you have an emotionally kind of out of reach person that you were dealing with, and you might be walking away from that. But again, everything that I show here is that by the result of this decision you're having to make, you're taking a step forward, upward, and getting expansion in your life, getting fertility in your life. So I want to say, hang on, it's going to get better, okay? Not that this is a bad spread. It's just that, we all go through challenges, and you got some challenge in the current things that you're facing, but it's going to get better. Going to get better. So I'm going to do a real quick second reading here for Virgo for the month of March. We're already 20 minutes in. That's okay. We're going to go one more for the sign of Virgo. Thank you, Divine Spirit, Angels, my Spirit Guide. Thank you for clear messages for the sign of Virgo for the month of March 2018. What are the messages for Virgo for the month of March 2018? What is the messages and energies for the sign of Virgo for March 2018? Good. Okay, so some of you might be dealing with her, Queen of Swords. Now, this can be an air sign male or female, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. And so this may be about one of those signs, male or female, as the subject. This can also be you. This can be you, Virgo, needing to speak your truth, needing to kind of get something straight with somebody. You need to be authentic and speak your truth. It may be something that is a little bit hard for the person that you're talking to be able to handle and accept and process, but it's your truth. Truth is very important, no matter what. Whether it's a truth that you have to keep to yourself or, bring to the world. Speak your mind. So, Queen of Swords. That's our subject card. And I do feel like going along with that is the Nine of Swords. That was what was underneath the Queen of Swords. So this is the card of unfounded worries and fears. Being too pinned down by your thoughts and just really being worried about the outcome of something. So I want to say, what gets you through that is what comes up underneath that, which is the card of strength. Patience, knowing everything's going to be okay. That's the way through it. So let's get into the cross. And in the center of your cross, you got the card of the Chariot. So again, an energy being associated with the sign of Virgo right now, the card of the Chariot. This is about discipline. This is about waking up, doing what you need to do, and as a result, obstacles are removed. So, being that this is in the center of your cross again, I want to say that Virgo going through some powerful shifts right now, and really all the signs are, and I think there are times in history though where there's a greater number of people being affected by planetary aspects. And I say being affected, but yet that's probably more of just the reflection of what, our inner divine being is bringing forth into this world, and that outer world being the reflection of what's really within us. So, but everything reflecting everything else. So, really good energy, Virgo. Maybe you're finding your place in the world. You're finding your place with spirit. And again, this is about removing obstacles. And so I think a lot about that idea of, how we wake up day after day after day doing the same things, expecting a different result. Yeah, well, that energy, which is underneath this second group of Virgo, crossed by the card of the Star. This is a card of hope, faith, positive attitude, positive, healthy energy coming in. This is the card of following your path, that you're on the right path. And so I want to say, a beautiful combination again in both major arcana. The card of the Chariot and the card of the star coming up together, telling me that a good deal of you Virgos are on the right path. That you're disciplined and you're doing what you need to do. So that's excellent. Keep that up. Again, that really falls in line with, for me, this energy of speaking your truth and doing what you need to do. Sometimes that is hard to speak the truth. It is hard to express yourself, but well needed. This can also mean that you're, in control. You might be in an authority position at your work, something like that. The company may be going through some changes, and you're helping to usher the changes in, and you get a good positive energy crossing that once again. So, again, some of you might be dealing with an air sign who is, or you're just dealing with a love partner, male or female, that this is their energy right now. Very speaking the truth. It hurts a little bit, maybe because you know the truth and you feel a little bad about it, but maybe you need to be the King of Swords. Who knows? But that situation is just turning out well right from the beginning. And again, major arcanas right off the bat for the sign of Virgo. Powerful energy. Whew. Another major arcana, the card of the Hermit. This is Virgo. So that is in your foundation. And so this tells me a lot about where Virgo's been. They've been really going deep inside of themselves and trying to figure out, where is their place in the world and what's been missing from their life, and how do I incorporate that into my life or bring it into my life. Lots of major arcana. I think that a great percentage of Virgo is going through something on a very deep spiritual level. A lot of shifts in people's everyday lives and routines. Into the recent past. Four of Swords. For a lot of people, that's going to be you've been going through a lot of restless nights, a lot of sleepless nights, laying up too late just with your head going with thoughts, and the need for rest. So this is a need for resting and contemplating everything that's happened already up to now. And I kind of feel like a lot of you have just kind of finished that cycle or are finishing that process of internalizing, going in and finding out, what is it that's inside of me that needs to be addressed. And so I feel like, again, a really major energy of transformation going on, new path, and really being kind of in touch with your bigger self. Beautiful energy. Into the crowning, Seven of Wands. Now, Seven of Wands for me is, it represents a couple different things. Number one, I feel like this is a card of strength. This represents having the strength to get through what you're going through. This can also represent that you got several major things on your plate that you have to be responsible for, and you do have the discipline card and the star card, meaning that you're handling it. And again, I see this one group of people that you're in these authority positions. A lot of you in career, what you do for a living. And I feel like there's some changes or things going on, and these could be changes you've been thinking about for some time. They've been kind of stressing you out. Maybe you own your own business and you're trying to make good choices for your business, and you've been working on that quite a bit, thinking about that, and now you're wanting to put some things into action. But again, major shift in the energy, I want to say, for Virgo, moving towards something better for their lives. A choice to be made coming up in the near future, and it's almost time to make this choice and to move forward. So the Seven of Wands, this also, for some of you, this is going to represent that you're doing your best to keep everything moving forward. And I want to say with some relationships, maybe, I want to say this is a decent percentage of you, or you have relationships that you're trying to kind of keep under control. You know, you're trying to keep the balance in the relationships. And in some instances, I think that you're overdoing it and that you could actually be blocking some good things from coming in. And so I want to say, you know, don't be too stubborn. I want to say cooperate, communicate, express yourself. Don't keep things in. But when you express yourself, make sure you're doing it in a compassionate way, a loving way. Virgos, you can do that for sure. Virgo energy. Hardworking people, creative people, passionate people. So, keep that in mind. Into the near future, again, we have a decision that's got to be made. This does tell me that it might not be quite the right time to make the decision, but it's coming very quickly. So you may not fully reach in this month of March, you know, the next step of this group's experience, but that decision is coming up shortly after March. I'm going to get some clarifiers on that decision. Two of Swords into the near future for Virgo in the month of March 2018. This decision that Virgos are trying to make. Give me a few clarifiers for a few different groups here. What is this decision they're having to face in the month of March for the sign of Virgo? Oh, well, could be a decision about, and again, the Lovers is a major arcana again, and so I want to say that a lot of Virgos making decisions that lead to the next step in life, the next chapter. You can be dealing with two different lovers. You may be having to make a choice between two different lovers. You may have to just be making a choice about a lover. Perhaps this Queen of Swords there. Okay, or King of Swords. But major choice. So that's one group. Wow, another major arcana, the Temperance card. This is about making the choice that's going to allow you to keep a balance on your life, keep a balance in your life, to promote balance in your life, to balance friendships, balance relationships. So that's what you're seeking. You're seeking to balance out relationships. And again, in relation to what was in your crowning, the Seven of Wands, I want to say the relationships I was talking about, that you know you're trying to kind of find the balance in them, but you can be kind of preventing yourself from getting that balance because you're overcompensating maybe a little bit. And it's just about, you know, communicating and, you know, expressing within your own boundaries. So that's one more card for the Two of Swords, this decision that Virgos are having to make in the month of March. What is this decision in the month of March for another group of Virgos? Once again, it gets clarified by the Two of Swords. So the Two of Swords and the Two of Swords. Okay, so again, choice between two. So a lot of you Virgos are trying to choose between partners, choose between employees, choose between two things. So, yeah, and again, in order to find balance, Six of Pentacles. But this is a card that represents, you know, you're about to enjoy the fruits of your labor. Good, happy atmosphere. So I want to say, Virgo, you look pretty good here. You got, you know, everybody has challenges in life, but overall, I feel like you're in a good position. You're going to be walking through a door here very soon. I definitely feel like the month of March is leading right up to that. For some of you, you're already walking through the door. For some of you, you see the door. For some of you, again, you've already gotten through that door. But stay positive. Use that star energy. Star energy, being positive, being hopeful. I truly believe myself that we are attracting what it is that we're putting out. And if we are spending our days worrying about the worst, worrying about the things that we don't want, and we're not using that time and that energy to actually get what we do want, you know, again, time to break some patterns. Uh, Simple things, for myself. I have lived a life full of anxiety, and I absolutely love iced tea and coffee. I don't love them. I like them. I like the taste. I like something. Iced tea I love. Sweet tea I love. But I had to break those patterns because I do recognize that all the anxiety that I already naturally carried is amplified and feels like times 100, and I can just be jittering out of my shoes. And so, again, take a look at some of the patterns that are going on in your life and implement some remedies for yourself. Find some peace. Uh, I did see the card of addictions pop up through there as I was shuffling. So, a lot of this is finding discipline, within the things that that you need some balance, some moderation. And so make sure that you're doing that for yourself, because again, it shows that for Virgo, you're going to make some progress here. And for all these relationship questions, that'll pop up out of this, I just want to say, stay positive, express yourself compassionately, and take some steps forward. I get a lot of, I do a lot of readings where people are waiting for a phone call. And I always think, you're waiting for this phone call and you're suffering, because in a lot of my readings I see, people are really suffering over waiting for contact. And it just makes me think, about the idea that, most good things in life, they come as a result of going through something a little bit difficult. I mean, you get your diploma, for going to school for several years, and so there's this reward for putting in the time. And so I feel like all things are modeled after that, and that's how we grow. That's how we expand. That's how we, build our muscles, whether it's our heart muscle, our mind, whatever. So take those steps compassionately. Virgo, have a good month. I'll be back again sometime close to the end of March, and going to be mixing up the videos, doing different ideas. These are for entertainment, and we will have Vision Psychic Hotline functioning and running here within the next couple months. We are getting real close to having traffic diverted our way. We've been building it up in other places, and so we're real close to getting launched. So we're going to have a bunch of really top-notch readers on Vision. So please come and visit us after a month or two and enjoy the readings up till then. Thank you. Oh yeah, final message. YouTube readers, any YouTube readers out there? Email me at tristanshouse@live.com, TRISTANS house@live.com. We'd love to pick up a bunch of the readers that are on YouTube. Really great readers out there. You would be using your own content and being linked to us. You'd be having business coming from our site and our leads that are generated coming to you, as well as your own. And we can kind of put that all together and create really good businesses for everybody. So, tristanshouse@live.com. Thanks.